Hi, I'm Miss Lainie from howtohelpmychildlearn.com. First of all, I want to send my thoughts and prayers to the families at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut for this unimaginable tragedy that has happened to you all. And from that, watching it on the news, and I really started to think about the children I work with. And a lot of children I work with hate school, actually use the word hate. And I thought to myself, if they hate school at the ages of 8, 9, 10, and they grow up hating school, what does one do with all that anger as they get into their teens and 20s? And it really made me realize we as parents, when they're little, we need to look at them and understand, why would a child literally hate school at such a young age? Because there's children that love school. So I work with many children that actually use the word hate. And what I realized about these children is this. I cover this every week, and I talk about left brain, right brain. So basically, to give you a wonderful visual, our school systems have been set up, let's just say, as a square. One type of system in general. These kids are auditory sequential learners, learn through their ears, and they learn in steps. These kids can sit, pay attention, follow sequential order of things. They do fairly well in school. Then you have these other kids, I'm going to call them triangles and circles. They're trying to fit into this system, into this shape, but they don't fit. Do you know why they don't fit? Because they're visual, spatial learners. These are your kids that learn through their eyes, their hands, and their body. They're expected to sit in a classroom, in most classrooms, and learn through their ears and sit and listen. They don't learn that way. A little bit. But the way they learn is by touching things, by using their bodies, by seeing more things. So these kids tend to struggle, or these kids tend to hate school, or very much dislike school. So what I do with these children is, first of all, explain to them this is the way they learn. I provide strategies so they can understand concepts from a place of pictures and stories and colors. I turn things into concrete objects where they can touch. And then that feeling of hate and dislike changes to, oh, this is not as bad as I thought. And it is imperative, if you have a child that comes home and says they hate school regularly, you have got to step back as a parent and go, why do they hate it? And my guess is they're probably more one of these learners, but unfortunately our school systems in general are taught through the ears. These kids sit, worksheet after worksheet, talk, 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 talk. No wonder why some of these kids don't pay attention, because they're not understanding it. My last story is I have a 6th grade boy I work with. He comes home and he goes, Mom, I can't understand the teacher. And I work with this boy. And he's a very body learner. He loves to move. Actually, moving helps him focus. So the mom asked me, why is he getting C's on the report card? Why can't he sit still? And I said, because he learns through his body. He's sitting in a classroom where he has to sit and listen, 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 worksheet, 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 worksheet. It's going against everything he has, everything against his learning style. And he's extremely bright, but he hates school. And he's in 6th grade. So I've been working with him to change that with the strategies I developed. But my point of this video is, please understand your child. Please know if they use the word hate, dislike, there's a reason. And it's probably most likely a learning style presentation. I've done a ton of videos on ways to help. Check my YouTube account, my website. Always email me with questions about this, because I think it's really important, especially with the unimaginable devastation that's happened at Sandy Hook Elementary School, to look at children and what would cause people to grow up and be very angry and, look at schools possibly from a place where we don't want ever our children to look at schools from. So during this holiday season, I wish you all happy holidays, and thank you for watching my video, and I'm Miss Lainie from howtohelpmychildlearn.com.